Alright, so here we go. We're going to do the tutorial for Tyara live on Twitch. And let me go ahead and change the title too. I say tutorial, but it's more like a beginner's guide. Because I've got some time with her, but there are definitely people in the community who are like far more experienced with this character than me. But I'll just give information based off of what I know. What is it called? Beginner's Guide. Alright, here we go. Okay. Alright, so Tyara is like what I like to call hybrid grappler. She's got a good mix of mobility and command grabs. You know, most grapplers in games are either slow or have a terrible jump or have trouble getting in. It's not exactly easy getting in with Tyara, but she's got some tools you can use to get in and mix things up a little bit. So we'll start with her normals. She's got her standing jab, just good for poking. You know, you just want to, I guess you want to just mess with people in and out of footsies, but it's also good for combos, which we'll get to later. You can cancel off of it. You can't really, can you? No, you can't cancel off of that jab, I think. No, but it's good for combos. Her standing medium punch, good poke. Might want to turn this down a little bit. Alright. So her standing medium punch, really good poke in neutral. At a certain range, it can actually anti-air. So I'm going to try this out real quick. Oops, wrong one. Alright. So it can actually anti-air in certain instances, but you don't want to rely on it as an anti-air, but it's really good. So we'll go to the next normal. Standing heavy punch. It's got a little bit of armor on it. I can't tell you which frame that it starts up on. I don't know. But it's got some armor. Good anti-air. Somebody's trying to jump in on you. You'll absorb the hit. And then just put them straight down. It's a hard knockdown. Really good. It's also overhead. So someone's blocking low. Okay, that's messed up. Hold on. There we go. Alright, somebody's blocking low. You can hit them from overhead with it. Good mix up. Standing light kick is a really good poke. You can cancel it into special moves like her shield or her axe. Really good. Really good in neutral. It's got a lot. It's probably one of the furthest reaching normals in the game. I mean, light normals. It's got a lot of range on it for a light. And then we'll get back to that later because you can use that for combos as well. Most combos in this game are going to start with lights into mediums or into heavies, whichever you prefer. It's all preference. I mean, I guess you can optimize, but it's all preference. Okay, so she's got standing medium kick, which is an overhead. I'll demonstrate that real quick. Okay. So the blocking everything low. It's a good overhead. You can actually cancel that in the super if you get the hit. But we'll get to that later. Okay, let me see. Alright, he's out of block. Alright. Really good for, I guess, just light damage. Like good, decent damage for if you're just in footsie range. And like you really want to use this if you're trying to confirm in the super. You know you're hitting low. You know they're going to block low. You go into that and then the super. Really good stuff. Really good confirm. Decent damage off of a single hit confirm. You can also use this move as an anti-air in certain instances. Like it's even rarer than standing medium punch. I wouldn't use it as my go-to anti-air, but it's decent. Let me try this. So at a certain range, you can anti-air with it. I'm try to get back further enough. So that will actually a hard knockdown, but don't depend on it as an anti-air. Okay, standing heavy kick. Probably one of the best pokes in the game. Good speed, little recovery, really good reach, but it's susceptible to low attack, so if they know you're doing it a lot, they're going to go for a low attack. This is really good when people are advancing towards you, because in certain instances on this game, it can be hard to walk forward and block, but it is possible. It's very hard. So if people are they're just constantly pressuring you, walking forward, just hit them with a standing heavy kick. You know, good damage, a lot of reach. They won't see it coming. Probably one of her best moves to use in neutral. Okay, so what we got next is her crouching light punch. Now that goes into standing light punch, and you can do combos like this. So what I did there was standing light punch, crouching light punch, standing light punch, crouching light kick into shield. So this one's good if you're just trying to get people off of you. Don't spam it on wake up. You don't want to be pressing buttons on wake up. People can blow you up with meaties. What else? So her crouching light punch is pretty decent, I guess, on wake up. But like I said, don't depend on it. You can get blown up with meaties. But it's got a good little range on it, and it comes out quick, super quick. Good for combo starters. That's about all I got on that. Crouching light kick, nice range. Probably one of the, once again, like her standing light kick, one of the longest reaching normals, light normals in the game. You know, for a crouching normal with it. It's almost like a crouching medium kick. But this is good for confirms. You can cancel from it. You can cancel axe, cancel shield, tons of stuff. A lot of times I'll use this in conjunction with like a throw after a throw DTC. So throw, punch, and then see once you hit them with that crouching light kick and it's a counter hit, the axe will hit. So if you know you get that counter hit, either standing or crouching, axe will hit. And then from there you can do crazy stuff like this. So it's just one hit, man, can be all the difference for her. These two moves right here are so critical for Tyara. These two normals. Keep that in mind. Alright, so her crouching medium kick is a trip. You really don't want to use that up close. It's really minus. You can be punished for that. It's good at a good range. This is about the range you want to use it at right here. People are throwing a lot of high attacks at you, just pressing buttons, you know, trying to poke. Hit them with one of these, you get the knockdown. You could even DTC, dash in, and close the gap like that, you know. But I really don't use it too much, but it's there. Hey, Will. Thank you for dropping that sub, man. Welcome to the stream. How you doing? What's going on with you? Welcome to the Street Fight Club. It's appreciated. So, back to what I was saying with the crouching medium kick. Don't really use it too often. It's a good sweep, but not the best sweep in the game. I mean, clearly Max has the best sweep in the game, but we'll get to that later. So from here we have the crouching heavy kick, which is basically a overhead. They're blocking low. What I like to do sometimes is to throw people off because it comes out so quick. Say they're blocking low a lot, you know, especially on wake up too. We'll do it on wake up. That's an option too. I never do it, but so their wake up, 2 hits, and then go into the overhead. They never see it coming. I would say 10% of the times I do that, people block that. 10%. 10%. It's just 2 jabs, overhead, crouching heavy kick. So about 10% of the time. But why am I not seeing chat? Hold on a second. What's going on? Hopefully I'm not missing you guys' messages. Anyways, let's get back to it. Alright. So from that, we can go into... I didn't do crouching punches yet. Okay. Or did I? I did. I went light punch, light kick, medium kick, heavy kick. Okay, so crouching medium punch. God, this is a good move right here. This is such a good move. I think they nerfed it because it had more reach on it. Like they rescinded the hitbox, but this move right here is probably one of her best pokes. Like seriously, in neutral, you don't look at it. Hey Martel, welcome to the stream, man. I'm sorry, like for some reason my chat was bugged. I didn't see you guys' messages. I just refreshed the chat. I'm like, why can't I see messages? What up, Connor? Welcome to the stream. Martel, Lee, how you doing? What's going on? Like it was weird. I wasn't seeing messages. I'm sitting here just doing this tutorial, talking to myself, and I didn't see any messages. But hey guys, glad you're here. Hope you're having a good time. Right now, I'm just running through Tyara tutorial. Just trying to give, you know, beginners a little bit of a guide on what to do with her. I'm still trying to learn the character. I've been playing this character for maybe 100 hours, but I still don't know everything I need to know about her. If you want like the ultimate intel on how to play Tyara, you would ask Punch Planet Game. That's Lee. He's like the best Tyara. Like he's one of the devs for the game. He's clearly one of the best Tiaras in the community. So talk to him if you want like an advanced guide. But this is just basic beginners tutorials, my thoughts only. But anyways, back to it. Crouching medium punch, you really want to use this in neutral. If you don't want to get too close, you don't want to commit, but you want to like bait them to do something stupid. If you whiff this move, you still have time to you know, recover and do what you want to do. Back up, get back into neutral, reset, whatever. Lee is free. I don't know about that, Will. Lee was looking pretty good that one tournament he was in. Oh, didn't he win that tournament? Pretty sure he did. Who has a plane? Let's go get him. Hopefully I'm not missing you guys' messages. I didn't see him. I'm sitting here looking at my chat. It was just extra dry. I didn't see any messages. I'm the best. Alright, first to 10. Lee versus Willpower. Let's make it happen. You missed my birthday? Martel. Man, that's right. It is in February. How'd your birthday go, man? Did you go out? What'd you do? Alright, crouching, heavy punch. So this move right here, I've been trying to use this as an anti-air recently. If you're quick enough, you got a good enough reaction, you can hit people out of the air with it, and then it'll lead to an air throw. So let me do that real quick. Let me set this up. Alright. See, it's hard, man. You can do it though, and then you can go into an air throw and do a whole bunch of crazy stuff. But if you know the jump is coming, you have plenty of time to do it, but it's hard to do on reaction. You can do crazy stuff like this. But anyways, so that's a crouching heavy punch. But that's not all she can do with it. You can charge this move and get a wall bounce. By far one of her best normals. Like, you catch somebody jumping a lot with this, oh, they're done. Just look at this damage. Look at that damage. That's like 35% off of one normal. Like, it's insane, man. But yeah, she's got so much crazy stuff she can do off of this move. You DTC it, you can do it again. Just nasty, 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 nasty stuff. That's PPV. What's PPV? What are you talking about? Bought myself a new motorcycle. Oh, 86. Thank you for the 100 bits. Welcome to the stream. Hey guys, I'm glad you guys made it. I appreciate it. Punch Planet pay-per-view. Yeah, I'd pay to see it. That'd be pretty cool. Death matches. Every time you, Will and Paul do like local matches, I always watch that. It's so fun. Like when you guys post that on YouTube, I always watch those. So back to what I was saying. Alright, so you got crouching heavy punch. You can charge that, get some pretty nasty damage off of that. And then that's basically the utility I use it for. What I like to do is just in neutral, I'll randomly throw that out because when people feel like they've gone back to neutral, they like to jump in a lot. Like, and I'm one to talk, but like I never jump in when neutral is reset. Like when it's reset, you either wait for the DP or you wait for the jump in. And you catch that jump in, oh my god, like the damage. What up, Sonic? Welcome to the stream. How you doing, man? I know. I know, Will. Yeah. I know what you're laughing at. But yeah, I mean, this is coming from a guy who jumps a lot. But I've kind of toned that down a bit because I get punished for it a lot. But anyways, back to the guide. So next what we have her, we're going to go to special moves now. So her shield, it's a good move. I'll say it's a good move. It's a 7 out of 10 move, right? But you can make it a 10 out of 10 move based on how you use it, right? So light, medium, heavy all go different, distances depending on the strength. What you want to use this move for, I like to use it for like combos, good damage. You get the knockdown afterwards. You don't want to be out here doing it. Like, you're just asking to get blown up by a super, especially against Roy. He can just gunshot you or go into super. Such growth. What are you talking about? Just working on design for my helmet and bike. Thinking Transformers or go Pacific Rim. Go Pacific Rim. That'd be so sick, man. Oh, Venom would be cool too. Good been getting them shinies. Bro, you always getting them shinies, man. What's your count up to now? See, that's what I'm talking about. You always getting them. What's your total count now? Like, how many do you have now? All right. So I like to use the light one in conjunction with light kicks. That combo I was doing earlier, 3 lights in the shield. That's like bread and butter combo right there for Tyara. You're not going to get much damage, but it's not about the damage, it's about the knockdown. You get this knockdown, and it lets you advance, and it gets people off of you. Like, people like to jump in, they like to spam jabs. You wake up and do one of these, you get them off of you, and now you got the advantage. You might not have Oki, but you just get the people off of you. And her medium, I think I rarely use her medium. I mean, there might be instances where you can corpse hop with it, but that's advanced. Now what I mean by corpse hop is you get a knockdown, do a shield. Oops, hold on. You do a medium one, and then you can SPD after that. But I rarely use that. I rarely find instances where that's actually functional. But I mean, it's there. Heavy punch, I really don't use that much unless I'm trying to do a setup. You do that, it covers a lot of distance. It gets you right next to the person. And then you might get like a potential SPD or super or whatever, Now, another thing with the shield. Let me see. You think we should release a new update this week? I think you guys should do what's best for your schedule and what's best for your game. I don't think you should be forced to, I guess, release something if you feel like your fans want it. Do it when you feel like it's ready, That's how I feel. Look who finally decided to stream. Yo, Shigs, I'm back, man. Welcome to the stream. He doesn't want an update. I'm not saying I don't want an update. I would love an update. But at the same time, I feel like you should do what's right, what you guys, when you like release it when you guys feel it's ready. Don't do it based off of like how we feel, Like, I would love an update. I'll tell the Discord you said not to do it. Lee, don't you do it, man. No, it's too late. You already released it. Do I need to update the game? Do I need to update? Was that one of the messages that I missed earlier? Were you guys telling me to update the game and I wasn't doing it? The Punch Planet people are still at it. Man, Shigs, I tried to tell you when this game came out, man. I tried to tell you there was something special about this game, but people wouldn't listen. We still going over a year strong, man. There's updates coming out like every 2 to 3 months. We're making content on it. Like right now I'm doing a tutorial. A lot of stuff's going on, man, but I tried to tell you. But anyways, so what I was about to say before they interrupted me with updates. All right. If you whiff with the shield, it's not as good as it used to be, but at certain ranges, if you whiff, you can go into SPD. So like I think about right here, you get that light kick in the shield, you can whiff. right there. See? And that is a deadly ass frame trap. Deadly. Okay. Most people try to jab out of it, and then they get eaten up. Or you could just straight raw whiff it like that and hit it. You know. I know a lot of people, and by a lot I mean one person who will whiff into super. Like, I can't do it. Maybe I can do it. Nope. So they'll whiff a medium into super. But you gotta be at the right distance. There we go. And I still missed. Yep. All right. Yeah, I'm not Bonesaw. That is very clear. Or Lee. Lee can do this by walking probably. He could just walk forward and do it. I guarantee you. Lee can do this without even using this arcade stick. I guarantee it. Yeah, see. Juliana, welcome to the stream. How you doing? Welcome back. Welcome back. Check your other comment. My fault. Was thinking Gypsy Avenger or Obsidian Fury. Obsidian sounds nice. Isn't that like a dark gray, almost black color? I think that'd be nice. I saw those gifs of yours on Twitter. Combos are looking fire. Hey man, I can't take credit for that. It's the game design. The game design is set up for so much freedom that you can do crazy stuff like that. You know, there's no like set path. There's no set combo paths for characters. You can do some insane stuff. I'm still figuring out stuff. Like every time they drop a new update, it changes up some things you can do with the characters, and so I have to go back in the lab for like another 4 or 5 hours. Thanks, Will, and rediscover combos so that I can optimize, you know, for matches and whatnot, for tournaments, because you can't just this game updates so much. You can't just jump on after not playing for like months and be like, why is everything so different? No, you gotta find the stuff. So anyways, back to what I was saying. So let me try this one more time. It might not work. It only works when I do it with a combo. So like, they're blocking, or they not blocking, they get hit. I'll wake up, and I'll jump. There we go. So that'll whiff the shield, but it puts you in range for a super. So I would say that's more intermediate, not advanced. That's more intermediate, but just thought I'd show you guys that real quick. If you've seen the movie Pacific Rim 2, then you'd know. Ah, you're right. I haven't seen that movie. I've barely seen the first one. Doing good, a bit tired. Man, I've been tired for like the past 2 months, Juliana, so I know how you feel. But finally had some energy today and decided to stream. But we're back at it. Gotta go. Good to see you back on Twitch. I'll be back another time. Hey, Shiggs, it's good to see you back here at the channel. Thanks for showing up, and catch you later, bro. All right. That's enough talk with shield. You know, you probably... Oh, I forgot to mention, she's got armor on her shield, right? So you hold it for like, I don't know, 1 second, maybe less than that. I don't know the frame date. I'm sorry. Sue me later. All right, so you hold that for a second, and she generates armor. I'll try to simulate this somehow. Wait, there we go. And then you absorb the hit and just hit. It'll give you 1 hit of armor, I believe. But anyways, it's good in certain situations. I like to use it as an anti-air. Don't judge me. Okay, people jump in. I'm charging this bad boy up, and as soon as they go for that jump in, I mean, they get hit out of the air. There's nothing you can do. Once you're in the air, I mean, you can't block in the air. So you see this coming, you know you're screwed. But really good for just throwing people off in neutral who are just trying to poke. You know, they're throwing out buttons. You charge up on these bad boys, you're going to hit them. It's going to work. But it's unsafe, so you can't just throw it out randomly. You got to, you know, kind of have a good judgment of when to use it. That's going to do it for shield. Her next move, her axe. I'm not the biggest expert on axe, but I use it in conjunction with light kick. And then you can it leads to other stuff. Like here's a bread and butter combo with the axe. You get that counter hit, and you know you get the counter hit because they flash red. It makes that ping noise. You get the counter hit, axe. This is light punch axe, by the way. And then you go into another standing light kick, shield. So we're combining 2 special moves. That right there is simple bread and butter, easy to do. Show them her fly unfly stuff. What do you mean, fly unfly? I just saw Bumblebee. It was okay. I like his attack mode mask. Yeah, see, I gotta check that movie out too. What would you say? What kind of review would you give on Bumblebee, Martel? And what do you mean fly unfly? Show them her Iron Man Infinite. Come on, man. Why are you doing this right now, Lee? Oh, I'm slacking. Hold on a second. Why didn't you guys tell me I forgot to turn my lighting on? Why didn't you guys tell me? I'm over here looking like darkness, you know. Didn't even have any proper lighting. This is all we do. Yeah, I know, Lee. Speaking of which, Lee, when are we going to play some Apex Legends? Because I know you've been grinding that game all weekend. I'm at level 24 right now, and we need to get some more matches in. Anyways, Lee, so back to what I was saying. The axe, I guess medium punch axe, never find a use for it. If you get the counter hit on light, what I like to do is DTC and then go into EX axe. So that's 2 hits, and then it leads to some pretty crazy stuff. So, and then you can go into super. Didn't mean to do that, but feels bad, man. Team Punch Planet. Yo, we do need a Team Punch Planet. And then everybody needs to put like PP underscore like right before their name, so we can have our own clan. That'd be sick. But anyways, so you get that DTC going to EX, and then as soon as the EX lands, you hit with the standing light kick. Excuse me, and then you can do crazy stuff like this. Oops. Okay, I'm screwing up. Here we go. Yeah, it's pretty useless as far as damage, but it's fun to do. Like, you pull something off like that, you know, you're gonna hurt your opponent's feelings, because they're gonna be like, damn, man, this dude is styling on me right now. How am I gonna come back? But anyways, that's only how I win some of my matches, is by styling on people. But at the end of the day, fighting games it's psychological warfare, man. But as far as damage, you really don't want to do that, because you're burning a lot of meter for no damage. So that's the trade-off. But anyways, like I said, heavy, I guess you get a lot of hit stun off of it, but I never use it. Like, I never use that move. I never use heavy. You would have to, I guess, talk to somebody who's better versed in Tyara's moveset to figure out when and where to use that. So that does it for her special moves. But I can't forget the most important, her SPD. Okay, so SPD, you got light, medium, heavy. They all grab at different ranges. The light one having the most range. So let me turn the hitboxes on. Hitboxes. There we go. So this one has the most range, and this is the medium, and that's the heavy. Or did they change that? Because they all look like they're the same. I don't know. Maybe I'm just tripping. Cancel it into heavy. Or did you guys rescind the hitbox on light? Is that what it is? Canceling the heavy is good to keep people from spamming parry off your light kick cancels. There you go. Okay. Straight from the dev's mouth. Okay, so you wanna use heavy to throw off their timing, because if people are pairing this all day, and I can show you what he's talking about. I can show you exactly what he's talking about. So people are pairing that all day. You know, they can parry that second hit if they see it's coming, like that. What you can do is instead use the heavy kick, a heavy punch axe, and throw off that timing. So, you see how slower that is? Now I'm going to try to parry it, and I still hit it, but if I try to parry at normal speed, I'm going to get hit. See? Really throws off your timing. But yeah, it's about 200 exactly. Oh, nice. So, Sonic, I meant to ask you, because you do play a lot of COD. Have you tried Apex Legends yet? I know your sister has a PS4. At least try the game, man. Like, it's... If you like COD, you're going to like the game. I guarantee. If you use the input buffer to get parry out of block, it will counter hit. Ooh, yeah, you're right. Oh, you got gold? You got the gold skin? I love the Saw. Saw's probably one of my favorite light machine guns. Much harder to parry since you have to wait X frames. Yeah. And you're not going to know what's coming if you're used to parrying the light one. You know what? I'm going to start doing that. I'm going to start throwing heavy. I'm going to start throwing heavy in. Because if you get that heavy counter hit, my goodness, the stuff you can do. So back to the SPD, right? That one has so much range on it. Like, it's insane how much the light has. Medium, not so much. Heavy, not so much. You gotta be pretty close to get the medium and heavy. Alright. And then her EX. I've been forgetting all about the EX moves. Her EX will give you a ground bounce. You used to be able to do this off heavy, but they changed it because it was kind of OP. Get that ground bounce, and you can do crazy stuff like that. If you DTC it, you can get even crazier stuff. Like this. So there we go again with that string. But yeah, most important thing to think about when using EX is it has very small range, right? You don't want to do this when you're at like light range. You want to do this when you're pretty close. But you get that EX bounce. This is really good for wake up too. Most people won't expect to throw. Very few people will get the will do a neutral jump. Very few people will do neutral jump. So what I like to do with this move is go for the cross up, the fake cross up empty jump, right? And then you do it. Because they're going to either be expecting a cross up, one of these, or, you know, one of these. And if they don't, even if they block this, you know, even if they block, they're just going to get hit with the SPD. Then you go into your combos. Really good when you're down in a match. You can get lots of damage off of this. You know, for instance, you can do one of these. And I messed it up. But yeah, just an example. But most important is when that hits you, you can link light chop. Okay, so hold on. Yeah, you can. Oh, Jesus. Okay, hold on. So you can even do this. You got to be really... It's like a tight window. Ah, it doesn't work. Oh, because it wasn't a counter hit. There you go. You can do light kick. So that's really good. You get that counter hit off of that. Oh, my goodness. Hold on. Let me try that again. Yeah, see? That's just from baiting to parry. Yeah, it's exactly. People are going to want to try to parry that. They get blown up off of that counter hit, and then you can go into you can do crazy stuff with that. All right, so that's going to do it for the SPDs. Her final move we're going to talk about, her final special move, is her, what's it called? Flying Goddess? Pretty sure that's what it's called. So her air throw, right? If you want to use this for anti-air, you have to be crouching. Tyara's got too large of a hitbox to be trying to do this standing up. And the easiest way to do this from a crouch, I use a stick. So if you're actually looking at my stick right now, I'm starting from a down back, then I go down forward, down back, down forward. Do that, and then you can do it from a crouch. You don't even have to do the full forward, down, forward. So, like that, and it'll work. It's an easy shortcut. Most people do this from a crouch. I'm not as experienced to actually hit this from a crouch, but I've seen people do it all the time. You know somebody's jumping on you. You just prepare for it. I'll set up a situation here. There we go. There we go. So you know the jump in's coming. Just do it from a crouch. Best time to do it. That way you don't get blown up from a jump in. Her light one I usually use the most, but her medium and heavy have different arcs. With her heavy having the most reach, or going the furthest. Her EX I think goes about the same distance. Yeah, maybe a little bit further, but it's also the fastest. So you're like, I think you're pretty much invincible on startup when you do that. So that's a good anti-air. Her EX also hits after you're done with your juggle points. So I'll show you real quick. Let me see if I can get 3 hits. And see, I can't grab with the normal one, but I can grab with the EX. That'll definitely hit. So that's really good at the end of combos. You get that extra little bit of damage. Plus you get the knockdown, and when you're done, you're right next to him. Right there. So you have Oki, and then you don't have to close the gap or anything. Easiest way to get in. And that's basically it for her Flying Goddess. Now she's got 2 supers. Can't think of the names of them. Move list. Where is it? Unique moves. Super move. Last call. Happy hour. That's max. Meteor Goddess, that's the 720, and then War Dance. Okay, War Dance, right? Really good move. You really don't want to use this as a raw super. They can just parry the 3rd hit, and then you're screwed. I like to use this after shield, because you can cancel in the shield as of this previous update. You know, you can cancel that, get a nice little damage off of it. Probably one of her best supers because it lets her get in. If you're fighting somebody like Agent, and he's constantly spamming fireballs, constantly. You do this super as he's throwing it, you're invincible through the fireball, and you'll hit the super. So we'll give you an instance real quick. Where's he at? We'll set this up real quick. All right. So he's constantly throwing fireballs at you. You can, I'm trying to do it. It'll go right through the fireball. Should have thrown a medium. There you go. Really good. Really good. People think, oh, you're fighting an agent. How do you get in? He's going to zone you all day. There's ways to get in. There are ways to get in. I promise you. Another thing with fireballs, you charge up your shield, it'll get you in too. Always do the light one. Has the least amount of recovery. One or two and you're already in. And once you're in, he's done. There's nothing he can do. All you have to do is just get in once against Agent, and Tyara destroys him. Just watch out for the EXDP. But that's intermediate. I'm going too far. Having issues with Chrome? Cardiff. She won't let me use her PS4 anyways. It's messed up, man. Next time you see your sister, you tell her, I know a big time streamer by the name of Street Fighter 88, and he told me specifically to tell you that you should allow me to play this PS4 so that I can experience this new game. Like, tell her that, and I guarantee you she'll let you play it. I'm just kidding. Don't piss her off. But anyways, so really useful for getting in against supers. People are just spamming stuff at you, but you only want to use it in that one instance like that. It's not good for going against Sid for her grenades. You can't really use it like that against Dog or Max. but specifically for Agent, it's really good. But you can also hit people out of the air with this. So I'll show you this combo real quick. And then you can go in. Like, make sure you always hit with the axe, the shield first. Hit with shield and then cancel into it. Have to get a PC upgraded and then second get a PS4. I will wait on that PS4. Oh wait, if you're gonna get a PC upgrade, you can just play the game on PC. Cause apparently they're gonna have a new console coming out pretty soon. So you just don't know how good you have it. I wish I still had my PS3. I wish I still had it. But that's going to do it for her 2-bar super. Her 720, my goodness. Most damaging super in the game. You could either jump in and do it that way, or you can, I don't know, you could whiff a shield and do it. So bad. I'm so bad at doing it. There we go. I still wasn't close enough. Push him back a little. There's a lot of stuff. I mean, there's a lot of ways you can do it. You can even do some pretty crazy setups. Like, you can't cancel from jab anymore, but when you could, oh yeah, you can. You can. Okay. Oops, wrong super. But yeah, you can set up with that super off of a wall bounce. Alright. Used to be able to do it. There we go. That is a really nasty setup. You can do that. And I would say 9 times out of 10 that's going to hit. 9 times. They have to actually know that setup to be able to get out of it. Yeah, basically, man, there's just so many ways you can, there's so many things you can do to get this move to hit. And like earlier I showed you guys, jump in medium, lights, and then you go into super from there. That's usually good like on a wake up. Get in close. There we go. And that's what you call a frame trap. Get DP'd 9 times out of 10? No way. No way. Well, take your medicine, man, because you're losing your mind today. Like, no way. There's no way. I'm not getting DP'd. And see? I used to be able to do that like all the time. Just, I'm off today. There we go. More Pokemon cards. How many cards do you have? There we go. Alright, so basically went over all her standing, all her crouching normals, all her specials. So let's go to the jumping normals, right? So this move, I guess, is good for getting people off of you when they're jumping in. It comes out quick. Don't really use her standing, her jumping jab. But if people are jumping in, it'll get them off of you. Her jumping light kick, I use this for a cross up. If you do it really late in the corner, you'll get the cross up. If you do it early, it'll look like a cross up, but it'll hit from the front. So it all depends on timing. And that's really good for mixing people up. Because they're going to block for a cross up if they think it's a cross up, just because you're here. Like, just because you're here. Once you get there, they're going to start blocking that cross up. But if you hit right there, it's not a cross up. But if you hit right here, that's a cross up. Let's try that again. Right there. That's when you get that cross up. Alright, so This is also good just for, I guess, not if you're in the corner, but like mid-screen too. This is what I've been doing a lot. I've been delaying my jump-ins because people like to parry when they see it, or they'll try to anti-air. They'll try to anti-air it because they think you're like going for a jump-in, or they expect. A lot of people expect empty jump-ins and grabs like this. So if you wait until the last second to do it, it looks like an empty jump, and then it gives you time to get in. You know. What's the EX cards? You gotta explain to me what that is. So, really good if you delay it. What else is there? Okay, so you can also I'm sorry, I couldn't think of anything else. Let's go to medium kick. Jumping medium kick. It's a good air-to-air. I guess the best time to use this would just be a neutral jump. Somebody's jumping on you. Get them off of you. You could also jump back and do it, I guess. But most people don't use this move too much. It's very situational. Very situational. Like if they're above you and they're jumping, this is good. This is a good move. I'll show you real quick. Alright. So, if they're above you, this is when you want to use this move. But if they're below you, you're going to get screwed up. Always remember that when they're above you. But very situational move. Most people don't use it. Now her jumping heavy kick, a lot of range. I rarely use it, but it's got a lot of hits done, so it allows you to follow up with crazy stuff, you know. So I would say it's okay for getting in. It's alright. But I'm going to show you a better move than that. I mean, it's got a lot of reach and a lot of damage, but you can link crouching heavy kick, DTC EX chop. What, off of jumping medium? Are you talking about this move? Yeah. Yeah, it's got a lot of hits done, so you can link basically anything off of this move. Oh, air to air. Okay. Oh, okay, if it's air to air. Okay, let me try that. Let's try that again. Oh, okay. I didn't know that it knocks him down. That's a hard knockdown? Really? I gotta start using that move more. I did not know that. I had no idea. Like, I wouldn't expect a move like that to be a hard knockdown. Alright. Jumping heavy kick. See, that's good thing the devs are here, man. They can direct me for all the stuff that I'm missing. But anyways, this is almost an hour long. Jesus. Alright. We're going to go with her jumping medium punch. I love this move. So good. It has so much range. Like, probably one of the furthest reaching normals and jumping normals in the game. Like, the best thing about Tyara is her reach. Her walking speed is very slow. Her jumping velocity isn't the best, but she's got the most reach out of anyone. I would say her and Max are like very close. I still think she has more reach than Max. But her jumping medium punch is underrated, man. Like, especially when you're fighting Agent, because he likes to DP every time you jump in. This is good for getting over fireballs and just chalking up damage. You might not get a combo off of it, but it'll just, you know, chip him away. Because, you know, he's spamming fireballs. You know, you're trying to get in. But if you get the counter hit, I guess you can get something, but rarely you're going to get that counter hit. But it's good for just chipping away. Now, her jumping heavy punch, situational. You gotta be really close for this to work. Closer than medium punch. Like, I get hit from out here with medium punch. Like, I'm like halfway across the screen and I can hit with this. But I would say about in this range is really good. Mid to close. You get this to hit, you can combo into basically anything, you know. You can do some pretty crazy stuff off of that. But basically, you just want to, like, if you're jumping in with jumping heavy punch, you got to know what you're going to do afterwards, or else it's just a useless button if you're not going to do anything after it, because there's so much hit stun. It opens up the book for a lot of stuff. Like, you can go into super after shield. You could do a wall bounce. I mean, crazy stuff. You can do a tick throw. You know, just insane stuff. But mainly I use this for comboing. Like, I jump in, go into super. So that's her jumping normals, her specials, her supers. Basically covered everything on Tyara that I can. We can go into some bread and butters, I guess. So jump-ins, right? Because a lot of people like to jump. I guess this is a good B&B. Her jumping heavy punch, standing light kick in the shield, light punch shield. You know, you'll get the knockdown after that, pretty decent damage. The first combo I showed, 3 lights in the shield. So crouching light punch, standing light punch, crouching light kick, light punch shield, right? So here you go. I think you can combo this off of jumping medium. And if you whiff, just do SPD. If you're too far for that SPD, I mean for that shield to hit, just do SPD. I messed it up. I see I was close enough there. Another good one with that same combination of buttons. Try the crouching heavy punch. Now, I hadn't explained this normal yet. I forgot all about it. This is basically a splash, but it will cross up. So she's got like, what is it, 2 moves? She's got 2 moves that'll cross up. This button, and then this button. So down heavy punch in the air. Then go into that special, that combo. This is good for the combo, the counter, the counter. In the corner, right, excuse me. So you do this in the corner, you give away your situational advantage or your spatial advantage because they're in the corner. But if you get the cross up, it can lead to some crazy stupid damage. So, and then this super gives you so much wall carry. They're basically on the other side of the screen anyways. But just keep that in mind. You're giving away your advantage by taking them out of the corner. Or you could do it at a certain distance and fake a cross up and it actually hits from the front like this. So a lot of people will try to block that like a cross up. It's all about spacing. You got to practice your spacing. I like since the most recent update, I think they ended up buffing this move a little bit. It's a lot better than it was before. I can jump in with this button, and it leads to some pretty crazy stuff. So, couple B&Bs. One of the most important B&Bs for her. Say Agent DPs. This is a really good counter hit bread and butter. Okay, so let me try this. Now, why this is important? Because when Agent DPs and he whiffs and you happen to block it, this is very important as far as good damage. Very important. Because at a high level, agents, they rarely whiff DPs, but when they do, you gotta make the most of it. So when somebody whiffs a special move on this game, they're susceptible to a counter hit, right? So when they come down, hit them with that light kick, axe, another light kick, shield, and then go into super. Easy. Easy damage. Easy damage. That was about 35% right there. So, a few more bread and butters. That's basically all I got so far for Tyara. Really good character. I would say she's the best character to learn if you're new to the game. She does good damage, like really, really good damage. Like probably the most in the game. Her combos are easy to do. A lot of easy confirms. Really good buttons. A lot of reach. And she's got the most health, so even if you're getting pounded on, you know, like you're not, you know, you're making a lot of mistakes, you can still come back and win just due to her character design. So, in my opinion, easiest character to learn. I would even say the easiest, I wouldn't say the easiest to master, but you can master her in less time than it would take most characters on this game, I think. Fun to use, like, I have more fun using Tyara than, like, other than Sid, than the rest of the cast. Honestly, I think it's just fun to use. And it's really satisfying, like when you do a hard-hitting, damaging combo, really satisfying. And then what's even more satisfying is if you're playing a character like Agent, who like everyone expects to win that matchup. Everyone expects Agent is just like a, I don't know, I would say like a 8-2 matchup, right? They would expect that. And then you beat them. It's a good feeling. It's a good feeling. It's going to take a lot of work. It's not going to be easy. Get zoned out by every character. Okay. Easy once you understand the basics and once you practice your fundamentals. I would say Tyara is an easy character to learn. But once you know how to deal with people who zone, I would say even top tier even. Like she's really good. Just gotta be patient. And a lot of people when they play, you know, when they're new to fighting games, they don't want to be patient. They just want to press buttons and get in and do stuff, right? If you're patient with Tyara and you execute at the right time, you can beat any character in this game easy. Roy, Agent, doesn't matter. Sid drops grenade, hits crouching medium kick. Oh my goodness. Just don't jump over the grenade. Like, a lot of people don't understand that. If you're fighting Sid, just don't jump. And her crouching medium kick isn't even her best option. Her best option is her crouching heavy punch charged. You hit somebody with that, the damage, man. If you were good, you can win. Perfect for beginners. You know what I mean. All I'm saying is she's the easiest to pick up. Not saying she's not advanced. She's definitely advanced. But as far as learning and getting into, I would say Tyara's perfect for people to learn. Perfect. Probably one of my favorite grapplers I've ever used. Simply just because of like this button right here and this button right here. Like these two buttons, if you don't know how to do combos, you don't know how to do special moves, this is gonna keep people off you like 70% of the time. At least until they jump in. I would say Tyara's biggest weakness is her ability to anti-air. Her ability to anti-air is like probably her biggest weakness. Yes, you can use standing heavy punch. You can anti-air with this, but on reaction, it's very tough to anti-air with Tyara because she has such slow startup and she's such a big hitbox that you can get blown up for trying to reverse on reaction. So if you're new to the game and you're wondering why you're getting blown up, it's just hard. It's hard. You would be surprised actually her normals do less damage than most of the characters, but that will change when she gets rebalanced. You know what? Her normals being low damaging isn't a problem. I don't think that's a problem at all, just because she has so much range. Like, look at that. That's a medium. Right there. That's like half the screen on one normal, right? More damaging normals would only make her even more OP. In my opinion. That's just my opinion. But I like her damage. I like her damage for normals. If you're trying to like if you're in a footsie battle with Tyara, you're gonna lose. Like, you're gonna lose. She's just got too much range. You got to find ways to like get in. I'm sorry. You got to find ways to keep her out, because if you try to get in and she blows you up, you could be eating mix-ups for about 4 or 5 wake-ups. But other than that, all around good character. Fun to learn. I started practicing her about, say, 100 hours ago. She helped me win a tournament. Like, really, really fun pocket character to have. Most people, if they're expecting one play style and you bring Tyara to the table, really, really good counter pick, man. Like she literally saved me in a tournament. So I just put that out there. If you're looking for a secondary character to pick up, Tyara is definitely the one. Definitely. Like, I would say hands down, that is the character you want to play. But that's going to do it for this tutorial. If you got any other questions, hit up the devs in the Discord. Pretty sure they can give you all the information you need about this woman.